Hey everybody, this is Melina from ScrapbookingwithME.com and Me Crafty Scrapper here on YouTube and Instagram. Today I am making masterboards on book page. So we're just starting with book page, and what we're going to do with this masterboard when we're done is make some journal embellishments. And I just decided that it would be really cute to start with book page first and see how it turns out. So I'm just ripping some scraps from my scrap bowl over here, and some of my larger pieces I'll use on this. And you can tear your pieces, or you can just leave them, straight as is. You don't have to tear them if you don't want to. You can leave straight edges. That works too. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to ink anything first. I'm going to just start laying things down and covering this book page. And I want to turn that book page sideways because the things I want to cut out from this, I want cut out this way and not this way. So I want my scraps to be intentional as far as looking at them like this, so that when we start cutting out our other pieces, we don't have to guess which is up and down, Okay, so maybe a piece over here. Yep, I'm just going to start willy-nilly putting some stuff down. And I really want that in it, so I think I'll put that at the edge up there and use that somewhere else, just so that it gets left on. And let's put this on. I'm just going to start covering the book page and adding pieces onto it, covering the book page with some glue. Whatever you would like to use. Glue stick works really good when you're starting a masterboard too, but whatever you would like to use. Let's add this cute little birdie here on this part. I won't ink up and stuff later. I'm just wanting to get the book page covered for now, and then we can trim out later and ink wherever we want to later. I like that little piece. Let's add it there. This is one of those mindless projects, and I love those kinds. So just keep adding it on. Don't worry about it. Just start adding and keep adding until you have covered up your book page. It's just one of those things you don't even really have to think about it too much. Just start covering it up and covering it up until you don't see book page on this side anymore. So covering it up and then adding more. I love these little daisies. I want to add those on somewhere. So let's go up here maybe. That might be a little too close to that one. Let's come over here, add these daisies to this one corner here. You could also put all of this down with Collage Pause. You don't have to use regular glue if you don't want to. Let's add these clocks here. My glue decided to stop up on me a little bit there. But so you're still seeing that piece that you just put down, and then just put another piece down beside that. Then you can go back and you can seal it all up if you need to with some Collage Page or gesso or something, whatever you want to add. I really like this piece, so I don't want to cover that up, but let's go ahead and add this here like that. So I'll go under here and add glue for that to stick down, and then add more glue here. I'm almost out, looks like. There. Wipe that excess off, and then put more glue here to stick that down. Let's put some book page to the forefront, since we're covering up all of that book page there. We can add more to the top if we want to. And we've got some, oh yeah, that's pretty paper. That food color paper that we made, that is very pretty, and it goes really well with that. So let's add that there. My boys are going in and out, in and out, in and out. So that's why you hear our door alarm so much in this video. They are busy little bees. Okay, some dictionary page. I really like that. Let's add that there, and we'll have a little strip there. And then the smaller the pieces that you add to your master board, the more interest and contrast you're going to get when you start cutting out your pieces. So let's do, is that thick enough? It is not, but I still like that there. Let's look at it here. Let's do that. Add some glue and go all the way across the top of the book page there. Ooh, that's pretty. That's not going to cover either, but that is very pretty. We'll add that somewhere else maybe. Okay, here is some coffee dyed paper that will cover all of that. So let's get that all saturated with glue and get that covered over. There we go. Got this spot, and then that spot there in the middle. Maybe a little torn piece there. Okay, and like that, let's tear it at both ends and add that there. Remember, masterboard looks like a hot mess when you first start it, and then when you get everything cut out, you're like, oh, that really came together. But when you're first using it, first making it, it's like, oh gracious, that's a really big hot mess. I like that. Let's put that on. It might start out as masterboard, but we are making journal embellishments today. I'm going to get excess glue off the front here. Alright, then we've got that one spot there to cover up. I like that piece, and I don't think I'm going to do anything as far as tearing. Just going to glue that down. Okay. So then just one more little strip there to cover up. That ledger paper's pretty. Let's do that there, and then we'll just have that little bitty tiny piece left to cover up. Just piecing it all together. I like this wood piece, wood grain piece. Ooh, we're going to need one more piece to cover up. I'm getting such tiny little snippets there. Let's do a book page right there. Covering up book page with book page. That makes sense, right? Okay. Alright, and one of my favorite parts of masterboarding, and that is turning it over and cutting off the edges. So I'm going to get my rag, clean all that off, and let's chop off all this excess that went over the edges of our book page. There it is, covered up, and we're already just waiting for it to dry. You can still see it's pretty damp back there. We're just going to wait for it to dry. I'm going to add some white gesso in places. Just to kind of take some of the pieces, get the boldness out of some of it, and take it back to the background. Pretty. About right here too. And maybe right here. I like that. Maybe just a little here. I've got supper cooking and it smells so good. I have been in my craft room all day and just have not taken the time out to eat. And so my tummy is definitely growling. Alright, so there is my white gesso I wanted to add onto there. I'm going to get some alcohol spray and spray my rag and get that off while I'm sitting here, and then think about what else I want to do to this masterboard. I don't want to make it too grungy. I like how it's already looking. Maybe let's do some inking around the edges, and then I might just do a few little spots. So let's do some, let's get that forest moss and ink the edges with it. I love that color. Take off our one foam and put our forest moss foam on. And ink the edges of our master board while everything's still a little wet. It's not too bad, but it is still wet. Now, of course, this could be turned in. You could just make this a journal cover, easy, and you know, once it's dry, you just fold it in half and you got a journal cover. But I want to make several journal embellishments from this, so we will be cutting this apart. Pretty. I like that color. And I'm just going to kind of dirty up a few areas where the paper's kind of sticking up. And they come together. Yep. That's pretty. Just like that. And that might be all of the distressing that I do at the moment, because I really like how that looks. Okay, so then for our cut apart pieces, I'm going to do a shape that I know all of you know and love. I have folded this paper in half, or cardstock in half, and I've cut out a heart shape, and that is a little too big, so I'm going to reshape that heart. See how that one looks. Ooh, that's better. Let's get the crazies out of the edge here. I know all of you have cut a heart out like that before. Too easy. Oh yeah, I like that. And then I'm going to get a pen, and I'm going to trace out my hearts, and I'm going to try to cut out as many as I possibly can. Alright, so 7 hearts cut, and all I'm going to do now is go around each one and cut them out, and we'll see what they look like. I have them all cut out, and now it is time to reveal. I still have some of the gesso that is not dry on my fingers, but we had 7 hearts, and here is what they look like cut out. And we are going to ink the edges. Oh my goodness, these are so pretty. I love the muted areas of the gesso. That is so pretty. Okay, there's that little bird, so it's looking up more than anything because our hearts were turned all different ways. That is so pretty. I love the patchwork look of that one. Let's ink the edges. Let's do some walnut stain. Oh goodness, yeah, the inked edges just brings it all together. And we are not done. We're going to do a few more things to this. But then, like, this one has a little bit of book page on the one side. And it has that pretty little bird. And this one has the dictionary paper going upside down and the book page on that side going upside down. I'm good with that because we're going to decorate these up a little more than just keeping them just like this. We're going to add a few more little decorations to them. And these are all hand cut, so they're not all going to be perfectly symmetrical, perfectly the same. Some of them's going to have some really good edges cut, and then some's going to have a little bit of a wonky piece where I hand cut them. They are so pretty though. I think as far as coloration and the pieces, this one might be my favorite. It's got that pretty aqua color, that one on the strip of the wallpaper, Tim Holtz wallpaper there in the middle. Some dictionary page up top. And it's got that nice background on it too. It's very pretty. All of them are pretty. I love this. Okay, so you know that I got this idea from someone else, another YouTuber. And it is that Shanouki art. No, I'm not saying any of that correctly, but I did get this idea from that channel, and I will link the video that I watched in my description box below. I need some cheesecloth. I think that would look great on these to kind of grunge them up a little bit. Add a little bit of cheesecloth to them, maybe just kind of hanging off the top or the bottom or something like that. So kind of cut it up and layer it on and bunch it. Oh yeah, that would look good. Just bunched up a little bit. So we can add a few pieces of cheesecloth here and there, and maybe wad this one up a little more so it's not covering up everything, and off to the edge. Very cute. Okay. I got my cheesecloth put on each one of them, and then I'm going to put some faux stitch lines with my gold gel pen and just go around all the hearts with my gold pen. And of course, yeah, I could have done that before I put on the cheesecloth, but I'm all about doing things the hard way. Okay. I just like how that stitching adds to it, and especially with a gold pen. Gives it a little extra something. Then I'm going to put on some word labels, some little stickers, and add some spray. I'm using the Rustic Wilderness. I love how that looks. Goes right along with the papers that I used on the background. So that one says Kind Heart, and let's do a Never Ordinary. Then when I get done putting the stickers on, I'm just going to shake and then get a few little splatters going. Doesn't have to be too awfully much, but try my best to keep it off of the wording, which that one just got on the end there. So let me see if I can blob it off so it doesn't get too dark. I think that'll be fine. Okay, I'm going to pick this one up and put it off to the side. You know, if I was smart, I would leave my messy mat up here. But I just had to put the messy mat down. Okay, there's that. And then let's put, oh, that one's cute. I like that. Okay, and a little bit of speckles. There we go. And that one off to the side to dry. We could use it every bit of this one. Imagine, let's see. So I've got all of them with their word phrases on, and they're splattered. On this one, you just saw I spritzed that one big spot with a little bit of water just to see what it would do, and I think that's gonna dry very cute. I like how it got that cheesecloth really, really dark right there. I like that. So I'm going to let these dry, and I will just come back at the end with some still shots of them all dry and done. There's our little heart template that we used making these, and I really love how these turned out. I hope you do too, and I hope you try this really easy collaged journal embellishments and cut out a little heart like you did in elementary school and go to town on that little master board you make. Thanks for watching, y'all. Have a great day. God bless. Bye, y'all.